So once again, welcoming you all to this evening session. So today, as you see, we have taken these lines, our hidden centers of celestial force, open like flowers to our heavenly atmosphere. These and more lines to be followed. So these lines have been taken from book 2, Canto 12, that is heaven, the heavens of the ideal. And this is another interesting zone world Aswapathy has entered into. So first we'll take a brief look at the summary, short summary, then we'll dwell upon these lines. Now Aswapathy, his awakened thoughts now leaves the boundaries of the known, which he knew earlier, to scale the peaks of the unknown. It also seeks or longs for the truth which was unrealized earlier, and also the light that is above birth and death. And each of these stages of its ascent reveals a new world of wonder and of bliss as Aswapathy moves on. And at either end of the shining stair, what he sees the heavens of the ideal mind. There are so many stairs in it, on this plane, that is ideal mind, heavens of the ideal mind. And on one side there are worlds. On one side there are worlds of undying bliss, the kingdoms of the deathless rose. And this bliss lies between the higher realms above, that is the supramental realms above, and the abysses of the inconscient below. So it is in between these two. And so it, of course, it also flows behind all life, though it is unseen and unsuspected by the suffering human world. It is the rose of bliss that slowly blossoms in the garden of life on earth. Normally, it is not seen, but gradually it blossoms, it opens up, the world of bliss, which normally remains dormant. And all that is in these higher worlds of sweetness and bliss is there in this world foolish or stupid. It awakens and grows by the touch of the divine, which visits the earth from time to time. And on the other side also of the stair are great realms of luminous knowledge, kingdoms of deathless flame, unquenchable flame of knowledge that mounts up from the altar of our human mind, aspiring to reach the absolutes of the being, that is, the higher ones of the being. So it's a continuous ascent from our normal human mind through all these ideal stages of the ideal mind, which goes up and up. Man, unaided by the strength and spirit of the eternal, can hardly hope to climb these heights. That means he cannot, on his own strength, he cannot ascend to this, but only when he gets help from the divine, then he can afford to gradually go up, ascend through these. Likewise, Aswapathy moves through these kingdoms of the ideal, heavens of the ideal, participates whatever he experiences, but he does not accept to stay under their rule. He finds the idea, all these ideas, different ideas, although they are very bright and great, but he realizes that these are partial truth which he will have to cross and go beyond all these partial truths to finally reach the ultimate absolute truth, where everything synthesizes, harmonizes. So thus Aswapathy passes on to diviner sphere, and there all these great powers forget their difference and combine in a single multitudinous soul. That is the harmony we are talking about. There all is harmonious. Nothing clashes with one another. But here where we dwell, in this world of humanity, all is chaos and each clashes with the other, and that is why everything fails us. So basically this is the characteristic of the heavens of the ideal. Then we will move on to our chosen lines today, which are also very, very interesting. Our hidden centers of celestial force open like flowers to a heavenly atmosphere. Mind poses thrilled with the supernal ray, and even the transient body that can feel ideal love and flawless happiness, and laughter of the heart's sweetness and delight, freed from the rude and tragic hold of time, and beauty and the rhythmic feet of the hours. So, in man, there are in the deeper being of man, there are certain centers of spiritual force, but normally they remain dormant, as man normally lives very much on the surface. Neither he knows to go deep to find the truth, nor he knows about it. However, when he enters there, in the deeper being, he is exposed to the higher spiritual forces, higher atmosphere of the spirit, so to say, and he finds that these centers open out spontaneously, as if bloomed. He doesn't know how everything happens, but gradually he sees the whole atmosphere changing. What earlier he couldn't see, couldn't realize, couldn't think of even or imagine, now he sees that everything is opening up spontaneously. Mind ceases from its restless and mechanical activity, which was there earlier, and it stands thrilled at the touch of the divine. And even the physical body, which is subject to limitations of mortality here on earth, there in the higher realms begins to experience true love based upon an entire self-giving, a happiness that is not marred by shadow or sorrow. Also a joy and deep bliss in the heart that is imperishable. Aswapathy experiences all these now, and there is a sense of beauty and rhythm everywhere. Then again these two lines, this in high realms touches immortal kind. What here is in the bud has blossomed there. However, all this is not something totally new and foreign that is being grafted or being given to experience or the being. But man always holds in himself this kind of potentiality, undisclosed of course, and untapped earlier. Now they open out and blossom in the higher, more favorable atmosphere ruled by the spirit. And there the mortal enters the realm of the immortal. Of course, it is not physical immortality, but the joy, the bliss that is sustained gives the feeling of immortality, because he is traveling now, not remaining in the physical world. He is traveling now higher and higher, and now he is in this particular realm, which is the heavens of the ideal, where spirit rules, and that is why he feels the immortality engulfing him. Then there is the secrecy of the house of flame, the blaze of godlike thought and golden bliss, the rapt idealism of heavenly sense. There are the wonderful voices, the sun laugh, a gurgling eddy in the rivers of God's joy, and the mystery vineyards of the gold moon wine, all the fire and sweetness of which hardly here a brilliant shadow visits mortal life. Above, there is the secret home of knowledge, the flaming of illumined thought, and the pinnacle, that is the summit of purified sense joy. Sense joy means normally our joy, which is derived from sense, is devoid there. It is the heightened or purified sense joy over there. And all is a wave of delight, celestial delight, supernal delight. And what passes for knowledge and happiness in the mortal world is but a distant shadow of these originals in the supernal. So Aswapathy is traveling through this and he experiences all these around him. But he is not satisfied and bound or even stumped by the effulgence or shining atmosphere which he experiences, but realizes that he has to leave these behind and ascend, keep on ascending once again to reach newer vistas which await for him. So that's it for the day. Jai Ma.